Good morning, class. It's time for part 2 of the Donkey Kong Restore. All right, so I've moved into the library here where I teach my computer class because I have access to tools and soldering equipment and stuff like that. You notice that I've got the screen pinched so that I can see the whole screen. Let me go back here and widen it back out and show you why I've got it pinched like that. This pot right here, which affects the I guess it's the horizontal position, it's all the way to the left. Okay, I don't know if you can see the reflection right there, but what I want to do is change it so that it's where it kind of where it should be. Let's see. And you can see, and while that might be a little bit wide, this part of the screen here is just not working. It's not. It goes out to the edge on the right side, but it's folding here and looking really rough. And you see part of the Donkey Kong character and both of the barrels are missing on the side. So from the research I've done, I understand that a cap kit will fix that, but I also am concerned because my good friend Daniel Solis at Retrocade in Sherwood, Arkansas, here in the state where I live, told me that he thought that the adjustment would be here, but I have to adjust it all the way to the left. It's as if if it could go a little further, it would be good. See, that's all the way to the left. So I went ahead and picked up a replacement for that pot as well. And we'll see if either one of those fixes it. I think what I'll do first is pull the board set and replace the pot. I'll go ahead and replace both of them. The other one, it seems to work okay, but I'll go ahead and replace them and put it back in and see if that makes any difference, and then we'll try the cap kit afterwards. The reason I'm not doing the cap kit first is because the person that I got the Donkey Kong from said that he had already done a cap kit on the monitor. Now, you know, I can't disprove it. They look like the same kind of caps that would be, you can see down here too, the same kind of caps that would be included in a modern cap kit. So, you know, I don't know. I'm just going to assume that that's the case, and that and then try the pots first. So we'll do that, and I'll get back with you. Well, here's the board set out of the machine. These are the pots. This is the one that I think is having issues, potentially is. This is the replacement. It says on the board, it says VR2 50K by 30K. So my assumption is that at one extreme of the pot it's 50K, 50 kilo ohms, and the other extreme of the pot is 30 kilo ohms. This one, VR1, it says the exact same thing. So, I suppose I could have cleaned them first, but since I have the replacements, I'll just go ahead and replace them. All right. These little clips, I think I just squeezed them and pushed them in. I really don't want to break any of it. It's since everything on this machine is, almost everything is original. I just put in those aftermarket replica buttons, which again, my friend Daniel told me that he has extra buttons, so I may swap them out for older originals and just clean them up really good. I'll clean the board quite a bit as well, since I'm going to have it out. To squeeze these tabs in order to get the board to lift. Oh, there's a whole nother, there's two more plastics. And one more. Man, I really am not in a hurry. I do not want to make any mistakes. Okay. Now I'm going to disconnect the ribbon cable. There. Oh, like that, they're locking. Okay. While I'm here, I'm going to look over it and see if there are any broken traces. I mean, it's been working, so I doubt that there is, but any obvious cold solder joints? There's a pretty good scratch in the middle of this ground pour, but I don't think it doesn't come into contact with anything else, so it shouldn't make any difference. Okay. Well, I'll fire up the soldering iron. An old Radio Shack variable temperature soldering iron. I'll end up, once this one dies, I'll get a nice Weller station. And I'll be desoldering with the handy manual vacuum desoldering pump. I'll set it about 650. Let it heat up. All right. Well, here we go. Since they're exactly the same, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to desolder them both and then install the new ones together. Okay. These are the 6 connections. So I'm going to add a little solder to all 6 of them first. It's almost to temp. It's quite gummy. Definitely need to add solder. This old solder, it has that really gummy old feeling. Doesn't want to melt. Okay. Now, let's start removing it. I forgot to cock it. Well, come on. That didn't want to work. This one, I might have to get the solder wick. Oh, I see. It's the pump. Okay. Now it'll work, I bet. They all look pretty clean. Let's flip the board over and see. There's the one. That one's not quite. Oh, I see. It's just right on this edge. And it fell out. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to this and test it later. Just see what kind of results I would get. Okay, well, here's the new ones. First one's in. Uh-oh. I bent that one. Oops. Let's try it again. The hole is clear, I just didn't get it in the hole. Just want to make sure they're sitting down good. Okay. They're in the right spots. 1. 2. 'Not quite enough. 3. 4. 5. One last one. 6. Clean it very good. Cover it really good. Turn it off. Okay, let's check that out. They look pretty straight, actually. All right, let's hook it back up and see if it makes any difference. While I have no idea if the settings are right, or to me it looks like the fold has not been corrected, but I'm still gonna make some adjustments and see. Well, I'm no worse off, but I sure didn't fix the problem. We still have the same issue. Okay, so my next step is to do the cap kit, because clearly replacing those pots didn't fix the problem, although now at least I know that that's not it. Before I stop for the day, I want to show you that when I acquired this, I wanted to keep the coin mech working. I actually wanted to use quarters in this machine, at least at first. So I tested, and I've got this left coin mech worked when I got it, but the right one didn't. And on further inspection, the reason is because this right mech, let's see if you can see, the right mech has the micro switch and the left one doesn't, and there's the connector. So I don't know if perhaps the thing had a problem and they took out the micro switch because the wiring was bad or what, but I got a replacement switch from Bob Roberts. So I'm just going to connect it and then see if it'll function. Looks like it does. What I don't know is if I have the screws to attach it. Actually, it looks like I don't have the screws to attach it. So this may be a repair I have to do later. I don't have the screws, so I'll have to order the screws.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed part 2 of the Donkey Kong restoration. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you've never subscribed, why don't you click subscribe today? If you want to send me an email, you have a suggestion or a comment or a question, then please email me at jamie@mrjamie.com. I appreciate it. I would love to respond to you. I respond to every single email I get on this channel, so please do. Look forward to the part 3, which is coming up in a few days. Until that time, you have a great one. This is Mr. Jamie on campus.